Hello everyone. So here I have the Thinkpad T440 and side by side with the X240. These are two laptops from Lenovo. The T440 is the 14-inch and the X is the 12.1-inch screen. So first off, I'd just like to say that I'm really not the biggest fan of the new T440. It's literally the same laptop as the X240 except cloned in the 14-inch screen. So it really has no benefits in any way of being a larger laptop. It has the exact same ports, and in fact it still only has two USB ports. I mean, this is forgivable on the X series, but considering this is the 14-inch model, two USB ports is really not enough. I mean, the ports are 100% identical. As you can see, it's literally almost the same computer, except the VGA on the X is actually on this side. So what exactly is the point of going to the 14-inch model? For example, one thing I also noticed is the screen on the X series is significantly better. It actually doesn't get quite that bright. I currently have it on white, so this might look bright, but if you're playing a game or kind of watching a darker movie, I really find that the X series is not the brightest screen. And the T440, it's perfectly bright enough, but the screen color is not good. This is the 1600 by 900 screen, and the blacks are not good at all. Let me see if I can show you here. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'll add one image, but the blacks are really not black. They're kind of grayish looking. This is a little disappointing, but I mean, this is kind of a business laptop, so I guess this is not the biggest issue. So once again, I'm really not a big fan of the Lenovo ClickPad. I usually just tap to click or double tap to double click, so the whole function of clicking the touchpad makes absolutely no sense to me. It's why would I ever need to touch or click on the touchpad? I mean, the whole point is I can tap or double tap, or if I need to, I can right click. So what is the point of this going up and down? To me, it makes no sense whatsoever. So other than that, I'd say the build quality between these two computers is very similar. They have a good feel. They're not too heavy. They're not too light. They're tough. I mean, this is the kind of computer you feel like you just throw in your bag. Got a little dirty here. Now you don't really have to worry about it. You don't need a sleeve. It has the same spill resistant keyboard, so anything you spill on it, it should be all right. And overall, I mean, it's pretty decent. It's really just the fact that it could be a lot more. The T-Series back in the day used to kind of push the envelope. They were pretty fast 14-inch laptop. They'd have as many ports as that you could possibly fit on them. Some of them even had a GPU. So kind of, really this is just a glorified Ultrabook. There's kind of no reason for this computer to be this thick. Another thing I just want to say is that the bottoms on both these computers they're not the easiest to remove. It's about 5 or 6 screws, but the bottom you kind of have to pry it open, so there's a bunch of little clips and things like that you kind of have to very gently go around. I kind of recommend starting in the back and you go around the edge and you kind of pull off the whole bottom of both of these laptops. And it's really not that difficult, but if I didn't have to, I'd prefer not to worry about tiny little clips where if one clip gets broken, my computer will never be the same again. So considering the older Ts and all the other ThinkPads used to be much easier to take apart, this is another kind of minor issue. Now, going back to the keyboard, also as I mentioned before in the X240 review, the keyboard is great. I mean, it's fantastic to type on. There's no real complaints, except that I just feel like the material that they make the actual physical keys themselves out of has gotten cheaper. It doesn't really affect typing, but you kind of just notice it. I don't know, I just feel like when I type it, the keys themselves just kind of feel cheaper. I think there's necessarily nothing really to rave about on these computers. The X series is better simply because it's smaller, and obviously there's more packed in a smaller space, which kind of makes it better. But in the T series, there's just this time around, I have nothing to impress me. The audio quality isn't great. The screen isn't great. It's basically a bulky Ultrabook. The sound kind of has that. It almost sounds like it's breaking up when you're on max volume. So I don't know if you can hear that. It's like clicking. So considering this is a 14-inch laptop, I mean, the only thing that its heft has going for it is the fact that it's tough and you kind of don't have to worry about throwing it in a bag. But why exactly are you paying for a computer with 2 USB ports that's a 14-inch laptop that's not necessarily that thin, not necessarily that fast, does not have the best sound, doesn't have a great screen, has a annoying click pad. I mean, what exactly is the point? And I don't know, I'm a little disappointed this time around with Lenovo.